Which team do you think goes up hard to get a quarterback? It feels like if Joe Burrow goes to the Bengals, the Redskins are there with Chase Young. Do you have to go up to 3 to get the quarterback you want, or do you have to go up higher?
I don't know. Matt Patricia came out earlier this morning and said that all the Stafford rumors are comical. Really said that the report didn't come from a verified, a journalist in our world, so I wouldn't trust it. So that was basically his way of saying Stafford's our guy, and I don't think you put that stuff on the record only to have egg on your face later. At no point did last year did Kingsbury come out and say, "I love Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen's my guy." There was a lot there to read between the lines and say, okay, he's going to give this thing a whirl, but Kyler's probably going to be the number 1 overall pick to the Cardinals. So I think the Lions are set at quarterback. The Giants, from what I know that Joe Judge has said he's not saying Daniel Jones' name because he wants everyone to have a clean slate and meet with the team.
That's nonsense, Peter.
It was something. It was to Daniel Jeremiah and I were on set. We bring Joe Judge on, and Joe is great. He said that, and it's like, I don't know how would you receive that as a player, or how would you receive that? He didn't say Saquon Barkley's name, so he was like, I just want all these guys to be on the same equal footing when I meet them all at the same time, whatever. So they're set at quarterback. Daniel Jones will be the quarterback. Dave Gettleman's not drafting another quarterback, which goes to Miami, who at 5, I would think Tua makes a lot of sense. I think if they sit pretty at 5, it makes sense, but it also means someone can come up at 3 and 4, and that's where it gets real interesting.
Well, I think that's going to happen. I don't think you get Tua at 5.
Yeah, it reminds me of a couple of years ago. Trubisky, I knew the Bears were in on Trubisky, and they had been quiet about it, but it was starting to leak out. And then the 49ers, the day of the draft, were like, oh, we like Trubisky too. And the 49ers, they didn't pull the rope-a-dope or anything, but they basically said, we're going to take this guy unless you give us a pick. And they got a draft pick out of it, and the Bears jumped them and took Trubisky. That's what maybe the Redskins should be doing right here. And Ron Rivera said they're going to meet with Burrow and Tua, which isn't exactly, crazy news when you have the number 2 overall pick, but it wouldn't hurt them to maybe stroke that fire a little bit and see what they can get. If a team says, oh gosh, we want Tua, and if we got to get Tua, we got to go all the way up to number 2. Let's talk to the Redskins and let's see what we can do.
And I do like Dwayne Haskins. I wasn't sold on him. I don't like these one-year guys, but Haskins, I think the last month of the season, giving some trying times, performed pretty well. And I don't know if Ron Rivera wants a veteran in there. He'll have some backups there. But if I'm Washington, I still need to see a little bit more from Dwayne Haskins before I move on.
I agree. And I think what happens with all this is, Dwayne Haskins is working in the building. They're going to trot Tua through that building. They're going to trot Joe Burrow through that building. They're going to be visits. How does Dwayne Haskins respond to that? So for Ron Rivera, here we are. We're openly courting or at least meeting with these other quarterback prospects. As much as I want to get to know them, I think part of this is Ron wants to see how Dwayne Haskins, who last year was not ready to be a starting quarterback the first half of the season, as much as they wanted to go to him, he had not mastered the playbook, and it just wasn't time yet for him. I'm curious to know if Ron Rivera's strategy is, let's openly give an adverse situation for this kid and see how he responds. And by the time the draft comes, we'll know if he handled this well and took it in stride and said, great, bring it on. I'm ready to go. I'm your guy, and I'm going to take leadership of this team in my first offseason as a Redskin. Well, then we learned a lot from him. But if Dwayne Haskins is unhappy with the fact they're talking to Tua and Burrow, if he's causing problems, he's not motivated by that, that also tells you something too.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV, stream for free on BR Live, or download the Dan Patrick Show app.